Yeah, yeah, yeah. Brooklyn. It's the WGIS, nothing less, giving it straight to your chest. Yeah, yeah. Know what? No chaser. Yeah, yeah. Come on. What's the name? It's the WGIS, nothing less, giving it straight to your chest. No chaser.
Welcome to another edition of the Rundown.
Yes, sir.
Chef,
Yo.
this your boy, the drum major, with my partner, Chef.
Yes, sir.
Final show of our sixth season. 6 seasons in, Chef. That's crazy, right?
6
Where does
seasons.
the time go?
Oh, but well,
Where
that's the
does
thing when you're having
time
fun,
go?
right?
Huh?
That's the thing when you're having fun, right?
Time
Evolution.
flies, having fun, brother. Absolutely.
Evolution,
man. Exactly.
We gotta grow.
But how you been, man? Everything?
Yeah, man, I can't complain. You know, I just been grinding like you on the outside.
You're ready.
Watching College World Series, watching
Yeah.
NBA basketball, which I vowed not to watch, but here we are.
Here we are. Yes,
Here
sir.
we are.
Yes, sir.
And this, you know what? It's sometimes what's more spicier than the game is what after the season, the movements.
Yeah. We're gonna touch on that a little bit because
Yes, sir.
some interesting moves were made
Today,
already.
nonetheless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprising moves.
It's a very surprising move.
Yeah. So
Moves that I thought would never be made.
indeed, man. Exactly. So we gonna touch on those things. Speaking of the NBA finals, you know what I'm saying? But first and foremost, we're gonna shout out our supporters.
No doubt.
Sugarwater Radio, Sugarwater TV franchise, new girl.
Facts.
On their relaunch. They got things going on. They got some new stuff going on over there.
Yeah, they cooking.
They are cooking.
They're cooking
in
over
the lab. They are cooking. They are creating.
Oh, yeah.
Renovating. All of that. Shout out to them.
Big time.
Inks.
Yes, sir.
Graphic design, multimedia, and entertainment, and
Yes,
advertisement, and photography.
Yep.
Specializing in all and any occasions, including quinceañeras, wedding parties, divorce parties, parties, welcome home parties, and the like.
Yeah. Well, listen.
Go ahead.
I think we're gonna have to skip on the welcome home parties. It's getting hot out here.
Yeah. Graphic, okay. We'll make a public announcement. Graphics, due to the weather, will not be doing welcome home parties.
No.
Please
hang tight.
Please
hang tight
from those requests until fall and winter when it gets a little cooler.
Yo, the crime rate is bananas right now, B. Across all states. I'm looking at the news like, what are we doing right now?
It's madness.
Yeah.
Madness.
It is.
So graphics will be suspending all welcome home requests.
PSA.
Yes, thank you for that, sir.
Yes, sir. They told me that today. They said that in the text. That's what I was looking at the text just now. Yeah.
But what is still in motion?
Yes.
Is our last two supporters. Raise your consciousness, raise your vibrations. www.inspiremotivationaltees.com. That's INSPYAH. Motivational Tees, all one word. .com. Log on, get yourself a t-shirt. Express yourself in the I am the most popular sale. Get yourself a nice t-shirt, various colors, big bold graphics with powerful messages. Inspire Motivational Tees.
Yes, sir.
And last but surely not least, Fat Boy Coffee, PHATBOY Coffee. Shout out to Coach Lonnie and our brother Rock, major distributors of the brand.
Get a bag.
On your first purchase, use code WGIS1. Again, upon your first purchase, Use code WGIS1. You get 10% off on your first purchase of very flavorful bag of Fat Boy coffee.
Facts. Speaking of which, you said something that made me laugh, and I want to share with not with just you, but with our audience, national audience.
Yes.
On my son's travel ball team, there's a kid. Well,
Mm-hmm.
on another team that he used to
Mm-hmm.
play on. His walk-up song is Easy E. 12
Easy
years old.
E.
Easy E.
Which one? Rolling in my 6'4", that one?
Is it rolling in my no, is it rolling in my 6'4"? Yo, I gotta get the song again because I haven't been around here in a minute. But yeah, Easy E. I was like, wait a minute, what do you know about Easy E?
He walks up to Easy E.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mind you, he's not black.
That means, yeah, them,
He's not black.
his parents is definitely our generation. His parents are definitely from our generation.
No. Well, they are, but they don't. This is all him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is all 100% him.
Well, one of his aunties or uncles exposed him to that.
That's what
Somebody in his family exposed him to that.
that's like,
Somebody.
yo, what do you know about Easy E?
Yeah, somebody
Because
exposed him to that,
his
boy.
mother didn't know because she allows him to pick his own walk-up songs, and
Oh Lord.
sometimes they'd be a little outlandish. And we'd be like, hey, you might want to listen to the lyrics
Right.
and redirect.
Right. You might want to relax on that. Choose
It's
another
crazy.
intro.
But
Just
he been
review
rocking
just
Easy
review
E
it a little
all
bit.
season.
You know what I mean? Just review it a little bit longer. You might want
Yeah.
to, you know what I'm saying?
It's funny. Every time I see it, I hear it, I was like, really?
Oh
Easy
my
E?
gosh. That
It's
is
so
hilarious.
original. It's so original. I
That is
thought I
hilarious.
thought it was funny and cute at the same time. Men
That
ain't supposed to
is,
use the word cute, but it kind of like fit
mm.
this one. It's like, yeah, that's kind of bugged out. Okay, all right. Well, if you want to go for it, go ahead, bro. I feel you.
Mm.
Easy E. Okay, Eric,
Yeah,
right.
man. Well, Chef,
Yeah.
the NBA is officially over,
Thank goodness.
and we have a winner.
You know what?
Kings
And I'm
of
happy.
Kings, Kings of Kings,
Yes.
ball players of all players of all ball players,
Yes.
basketball team of all basketball teams.
Yes.
OKC,
And I'm happy.
the Oklahoma City Thunder,
I'm happy
has
for
done
two
it.
reasons. I'm happy for this reason.
Go ahead.
I'm happy for this
Yes.
reason. Call it hate. It is what it is. And the gloating. The gloating. I can't
Mm,
do gloat.
mm,
There's no
mm.
humble. No, they needed a humble pie and they got served with it.
I have to give credit to the ops. Yes, I was very happy that they beat our ops.
Yes.
The youngins would say the ops
Yes.
were defeated. I would
Yes.
not have it. I don't think I would have had a good summer if the ops had won.
Facts.
So I give thanks to OKC for starting out my summer in grand fashion with a victory over the ops.
And you see how humbling that win was?
Very much so.
Not this.
None of that. None of that. Yes. They won with grace.
Yes.
They won with style. They won with
Yes.
humility.
Yes.
And I must say, what an incredible year for that young man, SGA.
Listen, the record, everything.
Everything.
And I gotta say too that Hartenstein made the best decision in one season, in one off season.
You see the results?
So that tells me that had Hartenstein stayed, we would have had DiVincenzo, and we would have won a chip.
Oh, been in the finals at least.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know if we would have beat them. Would have gave them a fight.
No, I don't think OKC would have made it that far without Hartenstein.
Oh, they wouldn't have made it that far. Yes.
Yeah.
So yes, if I say this, if we'd have kept the same squad from last season, 2023, 2024,
Plus
came back
Mikal
healthy.
Bridges.
Nah, there would have been no Mikal Bridges. There would have been no Cat. It would have
No,
been.
we got Mikal Bridges.
Oh, right. No.
We lost Hartenstein regardless. We just
No, I'm
wouldn't have had
saying, no, I'm
Cat.
saying, I'm saying in the what if world,
Oh,
if that
okay, okay,
squad, if
okay,
that squad stayed, everybody stayed.
okay.
Everybody stayed because that's all. Because that's what you and I said last year after the season was over that they only lost because they was hurt.
Yeah,
They wouldn't have been no match for Boston, and that you know, Mikal was all we needed.
yeah,
Mikal was all we needed.
yep. And
So that's it. That's what I said. So Mikal is all we needed.
yep,
Nova boys in full swing. So if everybody would have stayed, that means iHeart would have still been with us.
yep,
We would have made the finals.
yep.
OKC probably wouldn't have made it. You're right. So it probably would have been we probably would have been playing Denver or Minnesota. And yeah,
Agreed.
and you're right. I would have liked our chances against those two.
Me too.
Yeah, I definitely would have liked our chances.
Me too.
Absolutely. But that's not
We,
reality.
nope, nope, nope. We got dealt what we
Hmm
got dealt. We had
Yeah,
to
that's
handle
it.
it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
I think overall the finals was very underestimated. It was an exciting series. I mean, it went to 7. But Adam Silver was definitely a champion of small market teams. He's not really a fan of big market teams, and he really has a insider's note. Not too many people notice, but he kind of low key has an axe to grind with Dolan. So if you want to even add a conspiracy aspect to it, Adam Silver is not really a proponent of big market teams. So he's really about sharing the shine, sharing the wealth, sharing the spotlight, and getting exposure to small market teams. So this was golden for him. This was his dream matchup. 2 small market teams, heavily talented, homegrown talented, no less. So these are organically created teams, either by draft, couple of trades here and there.
yeah,
No such thing as big three. If it was a big three, it was an organically made big three,
yeah.
i.e. SGA, Chet, and Jalen Williams, J Dub.
Right.
That was a big three that was organically built, not major trades and um
Yeah.
signings and giving up a draft picks and stuff like that.
He
It
was
was
homegrown.
homegrown. That was a homegrown big three, if you want to call them a big three. It was a homegrown big three.
Oh yeah.
Indy, in a way, kind of reminds me a little bit like Detroit, in a sense, the old 2004 Detroit. Because they didn't have a major star there. If you want to, Hallie was as close as a star that you would get. He's an all-star, but he's not a superstar. He's a very talented point guard. His type of play, he's a playmaker. He's a conductor. He's a drum major,
Mhm.
right?
Right.
He's definitely the conductor, the drum major, the orchestrator. When Indiana the way the style of play Indiana has, Hallie was an orchestrator to make everything flow smoothly. And unfortunately, when he went down, you saw the effects of that. It wasn't as smooth, although they fought, but they had to play a different type of basketball. It wasn't flowing. It wasn't moving like it would ordinarily
Yeah.
move if Hallie was playing. So
But you know
you
what?
saw the effects.
I would have sat him out last game though. I think they pushed him back too soon. He didn't get no rest. That injury didn't heal.
No, it didn't. It definitely didn't. Although in game 6, he looked fine, right? But
Yeah,
looks aren't always what it actually is.
I agree.
Hmm
I agree.
Um, but the Pacers remind me of the '04 Detroit Pistons, who won the chip against a powerhouse team. They had the Lakers.
Yeah,
They beat the Lakers in 5.
bad boys.
You know what I'm saying? And the Lakers had 4 juggernauts:
They did.
Malone, Peyton, Shaq, and Kobe.
Yep.
And they washed them in 5. It didn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So so it was a system and a style of play that's comparatively. They don't and defensive wise, it's kind of on par with Detroit. Lockdown defense, transitional offense. It was similar. As I was watching the Pacers, I realized, wow, yeah, these guys are like the 04 Detroit Pistons. There's no superstar on there. There's people, impact players acquired from trades at different teams. I.e. TJ McConnell, who's a menace.
Yeah, he was.
Shout out to him. He played a hell of a series. Although I
Yeah.
can't stand him. You know, it was just competitive. Just a competitive fan of me. I couldn't stand him. I kept watching the TV. I was like, yo, somebody foul him, man. Yo, foul him, man. Because he just going, he's just driving to the cup at will.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, somebody foul him.
Put a body on that kid.
Yeah, like put an elbow to his sternum or something. I was like, yo, these dudes, you know what I'm saying?
Too easy.
Too easy. I was like, you can't let TJ McConnell do that.
No.
Why are you letting him do that?
Yeah, yeah.
But he's doing that throughout the whole playoff run. You know, he has salute to him. I got respect for the guy. I really do got respect for the guy. He plays with tenacity. He plays with a big chip on his shoulder. He plays like this is his last game of his
E.
life
Smith too.
all the time. You know what I mean? So salute to
Yeah.
him. And the other piece is Andrew Nemhart.
Yeah.
Kind of low key like his game. Kid is kind of nice. You know, I liked how he did the bop bop on SGA. You know what I'm saying? He did a little dance on him.
I missed
Back.
that. I missed that.
I was like, oh, wait a minute.
I was trying to catch those games late night.
I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, Andrew. Wait a minute.
Somebody grew up. Somebody grew up. Somebody grew up. Listen,
you know
sometimes the playoffs, when you get that deep, it bursts a new star.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah. So, you know, Nemhart is good. Of course, you know, my guy, Pascal.
Siakam.
You know what I mean?
You know what his nickname for him from here on out is?
What's that?
You ever seen that movie Major League? Major League Baseball?
I remember
Pedro. That's Siakam's nickname, right?
Yeah, Pedro.
Pedro.
But
Cooking chickens in his locker.
You know what I'm saying?
Doing seances and stuff.
I know, right? Is that the one? Is that the one when he smacked? Is that the guy when he smacked the home run and he walked around like?
Yeah,
you did that one, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but shout out to Pascal Siakam, man. You know, definitely. I still say that man's gonna be a Hall of Fame after it's all said and done because his accolades is.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
You can't take away what he's done. Two different teams. He's only played for 2 different teams, but what he's done is remarkable. So you can't take that away.
You cannot. You absolutely cannot. So but it is what it is. Hallie went down. It was sad, it was sad to see that. I mean, as Knicks fans, we feel a way about how he did the choke sign impersonating Reggie Miller. We wasn't feeling that. I was like, you out of line, young man, you out of line. But still, you don't never want to see somebody get hurt like that. You don't prey on somebody's injury like that. You don't wish injury like that on somebody. You rather them be on the court for the whole 48 minutes and experience the L with the rest of the team and not leave room and excuse. Because, a lot of people are saying if Hallie went down, Indiana would have won.
Here we go.
People,
Here
we
go.
Indy fans is going to say that. And even people outside of Indy is going to say that.
Here we go.
I've seen
announcers
the
probably.
social media.
Oh, come
If
on.
Hallie would have went, if Hallie didn't go down, Indy would have took it. Because
Here
they
we
said Indy had the momentum and the confidence going into Game 7. They had it.
here we go.
You know what I'm saying? So, what's your thoughts? Do you think if Hallie would have kept playing, Indy would have won?
I'm gonna leave this statement. We'll never know. Is that straddling the fence?
Yeah, that's type straddling, Chuck. Type straddling. It's type straddling, man. It's type straddling, man.
I think it would have been a close game. I think it would have been. You couldn't pick a winner in Game 7 because both teams at that stage, that late in the games, it would have came down to seconds, not minutes.
Yeah, yeah, agreed. I actually agree.
Yeah.
I say,
So
OKC still wins even if Hallie plays,
I agree. I agree.
but it would have been a lot closer.
It would have been a lot closer,
It'd
and
have
it
been
would have
nail
came.
biting.
Yeah.
It'd have been a nail biter.
Yeah. Yeah.
It would have
Yeah.
been dramatic, a suspenseful. I would even go further to say it probably would have went down to it probably would have came down to the final shot.
I agree. I agree. If it's the final shot, then I kind of give it to Indiana with
Yeah,
Hallie on the court. I
yeah,
just don't trust them. If it's
yeah,
if it's if it's OKC's ball, let's say this. OKC's ball with 2 seconds left. Um, it goes into overtime.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I say
Vice
two.
versa. Vice
Go ahead.
versa.
Hmm.
Vice versa. There's a 2% chance Indiana wins.
I say two. I say 2 seconds left. SGA makes a small. SGA makes a small smooth dump it down the Chet, and he makes a game winner. Because everybody gonna be key on SGA,
Of course. Of course. But I just don't
and
think it
he's
would have
a
worked.
he's a smart enough young man to know that.
I
So-
think Siakam would have summoned the ancestors on that one. I'm sorry, Ja. I'm sorry. I think he would have summoned the ancestors on it, and he would have did it. He would have had a remarkable defensive play. And the refs would have swallowed their whistle.
That's valid. That's valid because Siakam has made defensive plays on Chet.
That's my point.
Yeah,
That's
and
my
there's a lot
point.
of times, and there's a lot of times Chet has frustrated me to no end.
That's my
I was
point.
watching these games. I'm like, this dude is 7 feet for nothing.
That's my point. But if you give Indiana that type of time, that's
Mhm.
eternity for them to run pick after pick and wrap around for Hallie to catch and shoot.
Yeah,
And he's dangerous like that.
yeah, I know.
He's 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 dangerous like that, Ja. You
Hmm.
know, he would have broke a lot of people's heart.
Hallie with a buzzer beater. Oh my God.
Yes. 2 seconds on the clock, Indiana ball. We're done. We're cooked.
Oh
OKC
my
doesn't win.
God.
OKC does not win.
Mm,
That's why I said when it came down to seconds.
mm,
Like to really beat Indiana at their best with their full squad,
hmm.
it has to be inside 10 seconds with a 10 plus point lead.
Yeah, you're right. Can't argue that. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Anything less is
No, I'm thinking
uncivilized.
about it. Yeah, you're right. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, you're right. If it came down to the final shot in these possession, yeah, they'll take it.
They'll take it. There's no hesitating.
Hmm. They'll take it.
Meanwhile,
And
OKC
it
would
ain't
have
even
been
got it. It ain't even got to be Hallie. It could be Neesmith. It could be Nembhard.
Neesmith, Nembhard. That's
It
my
could be
point.
it could be Siakam.
That's my point.
Any one of those four.
That's how clutch they are.
Hmm.
Now
Any one of
you,
those four dudes.
yeah, OKC
Yeah.
would have passed the ball around.
Hmm. Hmm.
No, they don't have a outside of SGA. You don't really have a killer instincts player that would. Well, you do, but not like Indiana
Hmm.
at that crucial stage of the game. Nobody was balling like Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
give it to them. I give it to them.
Yeah.
As much as I refuse to. Um, you got to respect their game.
Yeah.
Got to respect their game.
You know what? I'm gonna have to concede, Chef. Yeah. Yeah.
I
That's
never thought that I would
that would,
say it too, Joe.
that would be the new, but that would be the nuance though.
That would be.
If Hallie still played, that had to be the nuance.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If it's down to the final shot, yeah, and he takes it without
And
question.
he takes it. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Hmm.
They trying to end.
Yeah.
You want that shit. If they did the run that they did to get to where they're at,
Hmm.
why the heck would they stop?
Right. Right.
There's nothing to stop them from doing whatever they want to do.
Right. Right. Because they definitely wasn't stopping in game 7. They weren't stopping.
No.
It's just that Hallie went down. Even when Hallie went down, there was up one. There was up one at halftime.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, John.
Mm-hmm.
That's how dangerous this team is. Now,
Very.
the goal now, and I had to segue from it. We could come back to it.
Yeah. Right.
The benchmark is Indiana.
You ain't telling a lie. They are.
They're the benchmark.
Yeah.
Who would ever thought that small market team without Reggie Miller, without Rick Smits, the Davis brothers,
Yeah.
you know, whole brand new squad.
But check this out though, man. Although Indy is small market, Indy has always made noise.
Oh yeah,
Indy has made noise post Reggie Miller.
they have. They have
Because you remember because you get
Jamal Tinsley, Stevens.
and plus you gotta factor in the Paul George era.
Yeah, Paul George, Steven Jackson.
He was killing them. He was killing dudes when he was in Indy.
He was like,
You know what I mean?
listen, Indy's never had a bum squad. They just
I can't even recall a time where Indy were bums post Reggie Miller.
no, no,
Like
they
where
just
they
didn't
had a real
have.
bum year
Yeah,
post Reggie Miller. I can't even recall.
they just didn't. At that time, Reggie Miller was old, so he couldn't do what Reggie Miller
Right,
do. And
right.
then he retired, so they had to rebuild. But they never
Well,
had
well,
a.
Jermaine O'Neal took
You
over. He
may
became the
yes,
man.
but at the same time, you never had a Reggie Miller replacement up until now.
Facts, facts. That's right. That's
And
right.
then you got like a Pascal Siakam and Neesmith
Mm-hmm.
and all those
Mm-hmm.
players. Those players complement each other.
That's right.
That's why when Pascal Siakam went to Indiana, I was like, that's a problem.
I agree.
That
It,
changed
it,
that
it
changed the trajectory in the East because
sure
Knicks had
did.
OJ and OG. And I was like, oh shoot, we balling now. And then Indiana one up them and got Siakam.
They was like, we'll see you, OG, and we gonna get his man.
Yeah,
We gonna get his boy.
yeah. And they
His
didn't
front
lose
court
anything.
mate.
And they didn't lose anything.
You know what I'm saying?
They didn't lose a
'Cause
thing.
that was a hell of a front court, man.
It was.
OG, Siakam, and Scotty Barnes. That front court was crazy.
It was. Why they only won one? But they didn't have
That
a
front court was crazy.
down. They had a point guard. It would have been a
With
problem.
Kawhi and my guy too. I like this guy, Fred VanVleet. Fred Van
Oh,
Fleet.
Fred VanVleet.
Yeah, Fred
Fred,
VanVleet. That was
yeah,
their point
yeah.
guard.
Yeah, no.
And
They
Kawhi
had two.
and
They had
Kawhi
two
was their
point
guy.
guards.
Huh?
They had 2 point guards. They had Van Vliet and the other
Kyle
journeyman.
Lowry.
Yeah, yeah.
Kyle Lowry.
Kyle Lowry, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that squad was crazy.
That's
That
why they
squad was
won one.
crazy. Yeah, that squad was crazy. But um
Again, that goes to your point. Adam Silver. He likes those
yeah,
small market teams.
yeah, yeah. He's a big proponent of that.
Yeah.
So he's not gonna. So even if you add a conspiracy theories to it, if he's gonna arrange something, if he's gonna arrange something for happen, I'm reflecting. I'm not that surprised that Our boys ain't in it. Wasn't in it.
But the way it turned out, yeah, no.
Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because he's always been on that type of time.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, he's one of
facts.
those. He's one of those. He's one of those inclusivity commissioners.
Well, let me ask you this. Now that we're on the topic,
Yeah,
great segue because I did have a question for you.
yeah.
Adam Silver or David Stern? Whose legacy is going to be bigger?
Uh,
Because under David
Stern. Mhm.
Stern, you only had the Bulls, right? And then you had the Lakers. So you had dynasty under Stearns,
Yeah, dynasties on the Stern. That's right.
and and you have small market champions
On the Silver.
under Silver.
Interesting. That's a good question, man. That's a good question. Let me think about that for a couple seconds. I'm a diversity guy, so I'll say Silver. I'll be team
Silver.
Silver. Yeah,
So he'll
I'm a
end up in the
diversity guy.
he'll
I like the fact. I like the fact that for the 7th straight year, there's been a different champion.
I like that.
Yeah, I kind of like that.
It's not boring.
Right, right. Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Well, I guess he writes good scripts there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
scripts are good.
The scripts are good. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you got
Scripts
some
are
good
good.
scripts are good.
They're good. They're good. I like
Yeah.
it. I like it. This
Showtime. Showtime. It's pure entertainment, man. Pure entertainment. We paying for it.
You know what I'm saying?
We pay for it every season. Good grief.
It's in the fine print, folks.
It is in the fine print.
NBA entertainment. It's in the fine print.
Yes, indeed.
You got to look closely and catch it whenever the
Yeah.
credits roll up.
And even
Courtesy
then,
it says courtesy of NBA entertainment. You can catch
yes.
it. Just gotta look. Just gotta look,
Just
people.
gotta look.
Gotta
Just
look.
gotta look.
Just gotta
They're
look.
not even hiding it. It's in your face.
All
Word is
in the face. You know what I mean?
word up. It's in your
All
face.
in the face, man.
All up in the grill. All up in the medulla oblongata.
Let's talk about this young man, SGA, man. SGA. Listen,
Hall
Chef.
of Famer. Future Hall of Famer, B.
Facts. If he
Fu-
keeps on the trajectory he's going. Facts.
Yes. Yes.
What a year that kid had, man.
Outstanding.
What a year that kid had.
He built a name for himself
Mm-hmm.
over the years, and now he cemented his name
Right.
in the books
Right.
as a champion this year. Because the record that he set for wins, you had to win a championship.
You had to.
You have to. And it was it was on track
Mm-hmm.
for OKC and Cleveland. That was the original clash.
Mm-hmm.
And Cleveland couldn't hold up their end of the bargain, which is another small market team.
Another smart. There you go. Yep.
But when they got eliminated by Indiana, that changed the trajectory of everything.
Facts.
That changed because at that point, players started going down. Players started getting hurt. The healthiest
Mm-hmm.
team in the East was the Indiana Pacers.
Yeah.
Tibbs ran the Knicks into the ground. So those dudes were it was tied after the Boston series, and they had to fight in the next round.
They fought. You saw it. They fought.
They fought. They opened up fighting. They had to fight against Detroit,
Mm-hmm.
and it took Tatum to go down for that fight to not be so hardened. But look what Tibbs did. He ran him to the ground anyway. And in the next round, they didn't have enough in the tank. But
I saw an AI image of the
yeah,
Knicks as the Warriors. Did you see it
no,
on social media?
no, you gotta send me that.
Yeah, but when I saw that image, I was like, yes, that's exactly what that was. Well, for all of y'all youngins, I mean, we talking to people our people of our generation can relate. There was a movie called The Warriors.
Yes, sir.
It's a young gang. Give them a quick story. It was a they all the gangs had to meet downtown. Cyrus was the leader of all the gangs, I think,
Yeah, in the Bronx.
in the Bronx. They all had to meet in the Bronx, and then they met Osiris. They met Cyrus. Is that his name? Cyrus, right?
Yeah, Cyrus.
Cyrus. Yeah, Cyrus. Cyrus. That,
Cyrus.
that's a little meaning there, meaning there, because talk about Osiris and anyway, let me not digress. But you and I know Vlad. But
Yes,
anyway,
sir. Yes, sir.
meeting in the Bronx.
Yes.
Cyrus gathered all the gangs. Cyrus was laying down the law.
For a parlay.
On parlay, yes. Well, Cyrus, he was what, calling for peace, right?
Yeah, he was calling for peace, all the gangs to unite.
Yes. Cyrus called all the gangs, call for peace.
Yep.
Cyrus got killed.
Yep.
And everybody thought the Warriors did it. So the Warriors had the targets on their back. The Warriors had to had to go through the city, through the trains to get home to Coney Island.
CI.
Yes. But on the way there, they had to go through gangs and fights and being chased and fights, setups, all of that. So when I saw that, that's a little backstory for the youngins. So when I saw that AI image of the Knicks as the Warriors, I was like, that's exactly how their playoff run was.
Yeah.
Like the Warriors. They was in a battle with Detroit. They was in a battle with Boston. And they was in a battle with Indiana.
Yeah.
But the only difference is they didn't make it home.
No.
When they hit Indiana.
Couldn't make it to the ECF.
Yeah. They didn't make it to the promised land. Indiana cut it short.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if you want to put a theme to their playoff run, the Warriors, definitely.
Yeah.
Without question.
I can see that.
Yeah, man. But SGA, Vlad, what an incredible year back again.
Yeah, matter of fact, just not just him. He bought Lou Dart. Shout out to him.
Haitian Massive.
Yes. Hartenstein.
Yeah.
Great acquisition to the team.
Yeah. You see it. You see the results.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
What's the other player's name?
J-Dub.
Yes.
That's his his rock.
Pippen. Yeah.
J-Dub is his Pippen.
Yes.
You know what I'm
saying? There's so much to be like, oh man, this team is going to be a problem next season because they're still young.
Yeah.
They're still young and they're still growing.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to point out SGA because this is ideally what your prime years should look like.
Yes.
Because he's in his prime years now. He's 26. So he has 27, 28, 29, 30. After 30 kind of goes downhill. So he has 4 more prime years left.
Remind you of somebody? West Coast?
Yeah. Are you referring to a young fellow that unfortunately is no longer here with us?
Yes. Yes. He was his prime years when he did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
The second one would be Golden State.
Cause are you friends you're referring to the fella that's no longer here with us, right?
We're talking about the Lakers. We're talking about the
Yeah, yeah,
Lakers.
yeah, yeah. Okay, okay.
Yeah, we're talking about the
Because
Lakers.
because when he cause because actually, interesting enough, when he repeated with Shaq, he wasn't in his prime.
No.
Shaq actually was in his prime.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So Kobe was basically the Robin.
That team should have won multiple championships.
He goes. You know how that go.
Shaq regrets it now.
Yeah, yeah, he does. Yeah, yeah. I mean, he realizes now. I mean, that's what happens when you get older, you mature, you reflect, and you're like, damn, they could have won 8 straight.
Yeah.
They really could have won 8 straight. You know what
And
I'm
Kobe
saying?
wouldn't have retired as early as he did.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then right behind him was Golden State.
Next one up.
Next one up.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you're right. Without him, Kobe won 2 more.
Yep. Yep.
And he carried the team. He was the leader.
And then what Shaq had to do, he had to one up him and go to Miami and win.
Yeah. But then
Shaq
Shaq
was
Shaq
in
was the
his
Robin.
Yep.
Shaq was the Robin.
Shaq was the
Mm-hmm.
Robin.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it's interesting how the baton is passed.
Yeah, the irony, right?
The
Yeah.
irony.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Irony. Oh yeah. So yeah,
And that
SJ.
and that and that and also Kobe still ended up with more rings than him. You know what I
He
mean?
did. He did. He
You
did.
know, but to compare him to SGA, as far as all right, all right, all right, I give you that. Yeah, I give you that. I give you that. Um, from the standpoint that he's just unstoppable, man.
But you know what SJ brings to the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
He brings back that old school Scott style of play.
Mm-hmm.
He's not bringing in that Steph Curry style of play of shooting 3-pointers.
Right.
SGA is bringing the middies back.
Yes.
You know what I mean? The low dumps, just
Yeah.
driving to the basket and passing it off
Mm-hmm.
to your big man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So he's drawing the attention.
Facts. Facts. Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. Facts.
He's that style of player on the West Coast. He's bringing that back,
He
and
is.
I think that's why nationally people were pulling for OKC because they like that style of play.
Yeah.
Only Golden State, or I should say California, love Steph. I mean, a lot of young players love Steph too. Don't get me wrong, but
Mm-hmm.
we're talking our generation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the love for the game, the admiration for the game, the
Mm-hmm.
style of play for the game.
Right.
You know, we too old to be sitting out there trying to shoot half court middies. You know,
Yeah.
we're the grinders, and that's what
Right.
SGA brings to the game. He's a grinder.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's gonna back you down. He's gonna pull up. He's gonna curl around to the foul line and pull up.
Right.
And it's not always gonna be a shot. It could be a dump off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So, and the irony here is they could have did this last year, but Chet got hurt and he was missing a piece. But they were
Yeah.
formidable then. They were making
They
noise.
were.
They had a first round exit, a second round exit last season.
Mm-mm. No, 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 no. Semis.
Semis, yeah. See,
Mm-hmm.
so you knew then that with Hartenstein and let's just say certain acquisitions that this team
Mm-hmm.
was going to grow because they're not
Mm-hmm.
going to get hurt. So I respect whoever the GM is over there. I forgot his name. He knows how to
Mm-hmm.
build a homegrown team through the draft and
Mm-hmm.
then add pieces.
Right. And it's looking like it's going to return to that.
Good.
You know, the super team era is done.
Listen,
That's dead. That's so
it
dead.
didn't work. It didn't work then consistently. It's not going to work now.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
look at KD. He's still trying to find a home.
He's in Houston.
Yes. and that ain't gonna work. He's too old.
Not. It's not.
And
It's
at that
not.
point, look for Ime Udoka to possibly axe out.
There's that potential of him and KD not getting along.
Yes. Not his style of player.
We here, Chef.
Not his style of player.
We here, Chef.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting.
And KD's first battle Hall of Fame, no question about it. But
Yes.
let's call a spade a spade. KD's a defensive liability.
Heavy.
Heavy on the liability.
Heavy. That's even if he lasts the first 6 months.
Right.
First 3 months, excuse me.
Right.
May not even be a factor.
Mm-hmm.
He may be like, well, I'll stick it out because he's not gonna last the whole season.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on, he's become a journeyman. Like you look sloppy right now.
Is 15, right?
Yeah, well, yeah,
Oh.
because you went from OKC
Mm-hmm.
to Golden State,
Mm-hmm.
from Golden State
Brooklyn.
to Brooklyn, from
Mm-hmm.
Brooklyn to Phoenix.
15.
And, yeah,
This is 15.
it's 15. Yeah, because he's going to Houston now.
Mm-hmm.
And ain't no telling if he's going to even like it.
Yeah.
If I was him, I'd have went back to Golden State. It made all the sense in the world.
Yeah. The potential for dissension is there.
Yes.
It's looming.
Oh yeah.
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 No, what we know about Ime's personality and KD's personality.
Yeah.
And the fallouts that he's had, the public fallouts that he's had.
Listen,
You know what I mean?
Ime is known as a no-nonsense coach that's
Right.
going to hold you responsible.
Mm-hmm.
He's not in the mood for it.
Right.
He's not.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just Houston. You know, you got Utah, you got Denver.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the Lakers got going on, but it's going to be major changes there.
Yeah.
Dallas, especially with the first round pick.
Mm-hmm.
So you know they're going to go for you know who.
We're gonna find out tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Listen.
So yeah, so I like SGA and OKC's chances of a repeat. I mean, it's not great, but I just like the chances.
You see a dynasty in the making?
Yo, they got the potential.
You see a repeat?
They got the potential.
Potential for a repeat?
Let's put it this way. They're not gonna hit the second apron, right? They're good to go, budget wise and salary cap wise. Who's not going?
Everybody's staying.
Yeah, who's not gonna want to go there?
Mm-hmm.
Which free agent will not? Nah, I don't want to go to OKC. Who is not gonna go there?
That's what happened with the Bulls during the David Stern era. That's why they became a big market team.
Yes,
because of Mike, and players wanted to go there.
Yeah,
because of Mike.
So, yeah, right.
That's true. You're right.
So I say all that to say, OKC, yeah, I could see it, and they could write their own ticket, meaning they could add whatever pieces they feel needed to complement SGA in that team, because any disturbance in the force disrupts their chances of repeating. Now, there are teams out there that can disrupt that by beating them, but I don't think OKC can do just as good next year as they did this year, if not better. It's going to be harder and a challenge.
Right.
Hopefully, they don't make that a priority. Having fun should be the priority. They have nothing to prove.
Yeah.
Have nothing to prove.
No.
So SGA is good
already. Yeah.
Yeah, he's an all-star. He's a bona fide all-star.
Superstar.
Yeah. Oh yeah, superstar.
Yeah, he did that.
Yeah, he could write his own ticket right now.
Yeah,
OKC winning a championship. Yeah, he could. He don't have to pay for anything.
He's good money.
He's good.
Yeah.
So good. So good.
I mean,
Come on.
this is what you want to see. This is a play. This again, this is what you want to see as a player hitting his prime.
Yeah.
All-star, all NBA,
Clicking on all cylinders.
regular season MVP,
Yes.
finals MVP.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
Another accolade he had. I'm missing one. I'm missing one.
First team first team, we'll say all American, but all star.
For all NBA first team,
Yeah.
all-star, regular season MVP.
Yeah.
I think conference finals MVP and finals
Definitely.
MVP.
Definitely.
I think that's how that went.
Yeah, listen, the kid has got more awards this year than a little bit. Well
Yeah,
deserved. Well
yeah,
deserved.
well deserved. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We watched this young man all season just makes getting buckets so easy.
On the midi.
Yeah, that midi. And like I know I'm repeating what you said. He's playing throwback style.
Yeah.
He's not he's not pulling for threes. He don't even shoot threes that much.
No, you don't.
He'll shoot them if needed. And that's what top A1 players do. They'll shoot the three if needed.
Yep.
But if they could take it off the dribble, pull up for the midi, or take it to the cup,
Yeah.
it's easy work.
Easy work.
Easy work.
Short dump
So
here and there.
I can understand a comparison to him, dudes like him, Kobe, Mike. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It's easy work.
Easy work. Easy work.
You can't really stop them. They stop themselves. And they stop themselves by having a bad game. They missing shots.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
Easy.
mhm,
Easy work, Joe.
absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Now, the
Oh,
only team that I could
mhm,
see stopping them is was a young Houston Rockets team. They
yeah,
pose a big threat to OKC in the West.
yeah. That ship has sailed though.
Yes, it definitely did. With what they did.
Yeah.
The stunt they just pulled just kind of like
Hmm.
it kind of set them back.
Yeah. I agree. I agree.
And I don't see no other team posing the threat. Maybe the Clippers, but they're old. San Antonio is another good team, but they need a point guard.
Yeah, they do.
Um, Memphis,
Minnesota though.
Minnesota is
Look out for
definitely a
Minnesota.
threat. Minnesota is definitely a threat.
They on their heels. Trust.
Yes,
They on their heels.
clicking on all cylinders.
Hmm.
And Memphis, you could just say forget it.
That ship has sailed.
Yeah, it's over.
Hmm.
It's over.
Hmm.
It's definitely over. I mean, come on. With all-star performance numbers, and then look at this. Not only do the OKC have Chet, Shea, and
Hmm.
Hardenstein and Lou Darts and what's his name?
J Dub.
J Dub. Yeah, I keep
Hmm.
forgetting that.
Hmm.
We also got to give an honorable mention to Alex Caruso. What a throwback.
Another one. Another.
Pieces.
Yeah.
Pieces, Joe.
Pieces. Exactly. Pieces.
Pieces.
Yep.
Not triple threat, not trying to build a big three.
Hmm.
Just pieces that make
Hmm.
sense.
Pieces that make sense. Correct. Correct.
Pieces that of players that know how to win in the
Hmm.
moment, that know how to put in and not worry about their stats, not worry about their numbers. It's like I've been here before. I'm good. I just want
Hmm.
to.
And Caruso literally has been here before.
Yes, he has.
He's a
He
two-time
has.
he's a two-time champion now.
Exactly.
Hmm.
So with numbers like 29 points per game and 6.5 assists per game,
Hmm.
Shea deserved. Listen, that dude was the man this year. I can't say enough. Can't say enough.
Why do you think he's not talked about often as being the face of the league. Because you remember during the season there was this big conversation about who's the face of the league, and
Yeah.
they said
Well,
it
everybody
was
was,
going to be Ant-Man,
yeah,
Tatum.
yeah. As everybody was gassed off of Ant-Man. Look what Ant-Man was
Hmm.
doing. He was doing stuff that no one else was doing, slamming on
Hmm.
people, making headlines, making headways, constantly in the news, not for good, always. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So he kept his name alive
Hmm.
and relevant.
Hmm.
And then he followed it up with great gameplay. The kid is a terrific player.
Yeah,
Terrific.
no denying that. Yeah,
Yeah. But at the end, it wasn't the bad boy that won, it was the clean boy.
yeah.
Married, got a kid, solid player,
Hmm.
doesn't cause any controversy. That's who you want headline in the NBA.
Yeah, he's mature, even kill.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So Shea would he would never be denied like a Jalen Brunson. Oh, Jalen Brunson is too small. Jalen Brunson is this. Jalen Brunson is that. That's not Shea. That's not even Shea's game.
Nah,
Shea,
Jay, no, you can forget about petitioning or even thinking about JB being a face because he's
right,
undersized. He's undersized.
right. That's my point.
You have to your point. Yeah, you have to have a certain look, certain
Yeah,
frame,
yeah,
and certain personality.
yes,
SGA has all of that.
yes. He's the package.
He's the package.
Yeah,
He's the package.
he's the bar.
Yeah, the face of the NBA just won a chip.
Yeah,
Led a squad to a chip.
and in 5 years, it's gonna be whatchamacallit from Duke if he plays the way he's supposed to play.
Who's that?
What's the player's name that everybody's trying to that Dallas is going to draft?
Oh, Cooper Flag.
Cooper Fly. He even has the name. But so did Christian Laettner too. Hey, Christian Laettner,
They was trying to get one.
yeah,
They was trying to get one.
they got one in Caitlin Clark. Now they try to build another one.
Trying to get one. Not since Larry Bird.
No, French Lick, Indiana.
But even with Larry Bird had the co-pilot with somebody else.
Several
You
other
see what I'm
people.
saying? So
Mikhail.
no. That's why, in terms of being the face of the NBA,
Oh yeah,
his
yeah, yeah.
his
It was
co-pilot
three of them. It was three of them.
his co-pilot was a one Irving Magic Johnson.
Matt Irving, Magic Johnson, and Julius Irving.
Julius was the incumbent because he was there
Yes,
already.
he was there already. Yes,
Yeah,
but they
he was the
had to
incumbent.
share it because
Yeah,
all three of them had the same sneaker deal with
facts.
Cons.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, you're right. Yep.
That's for all
So
the young little boys and girls that don't know.
yeah. For the youngins that don't know, we are showing our age. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We're being historians right now. Yes, we are.
True that. True that.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I could see them. I could see them trying to push Mr. Flag
Oh
at some
yeah.
point to be a headliner.
Listen, it's gonna be another 3-0, right? That's only three that I see right now making noise. Everybody else is past their prime or um are not gonna win another championship. So it's gonna be
Nah.
Shea, it's gonna be
Mm.
Cooper, it's gonna be Ant-Man.
Ant-Man got. I mean, I don't know. Ant-Man gives me the vibe that he ain't even pressed about that
No,
because he
he's
doing
not.
what he do.
Right.
He
But
doing what he do.
the league the league need a face for the minorities.
So why Ant-Man not SGA?
Because pardon the way I'm about to say this.
Yeah,
He
good.
straddles that line.
Who does?
Shay.
He straddles the line.
Yeah, he straddles the line of there's uh there's the black kid that marries a black woman and he keeps it a buck and keeps his business and you know, goes to work, lunch pail, everything, comes back home. Nice guy, right? But he doesn't relate to everybody. Shay does. He's quiet. Um, his lifestyle is different.
Mm-hmm.
Um, hold on, Joe. There it is. His lifestyle is different.
Right.
Um, he lives a very quiet and modest lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a problem for the league.
Right.
So yeah, he's the face that you do want to represent your brand.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's why I was asking why Ant-Man and not Shay.
Ant-Man represents the gritty part of the people that watch the league.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like me and you that love that gritty game, that
Mm-hmm.
slam dunk in your face, that
Mm-hmm.
talking trash,
Mm-hmm.
that almost Michael Jordan-esque style of
Mm-hmm.
play
Mm-hmm.
that you hear about. You know what I mean? Not
Mm-hmm.
not former players coming out in podcasts and say, "Yo, I remember playing Michael Jordan, and I'm telling Michael Jordan that, oh, you ain't trash. I got you all day." Nah, none of that.
Mm-hmm.
Shea is just laid back. If anything came out about Shea, I would be surprised.
Will be a shocker. Yeah. He
Yep.
seems like he seems like he's private.
Yeah, he is very private, PC.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We don't know about his life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We know he's married, he's got a kid, look like
Mm-hmm.
he has a beautiful family.
Mm-hmm.
That's suit and tie guy, suit and tie.
Yeah, yeah. Dig
You
it.
know what I mean? Clean.
Yeah.
And Cooper Flag fits the image for the white collar.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The boardroom, the the business owner. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The CEO, the CFO of a business. That's what Cooper
Mm-hmm.
Flag represents. Shea represents uh you if he can make it, you can make it too. All you have to do is this.
Mm-hmm.
I know this sounds crazy, but if you do your research, it is what it is. And Ant-Man is the bad boy. You know what I mean?
Got it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like you can't
Got it.
deny him. He's undeniable.
Mm-hmm.
He's an all-star. He's a
He in your
star.
face. He in your
Yeah.
face.
Yeah, he's gonna sell sneakers
Mm-hmm.
for to kids. He's gonna have kids wanting what he has. He's
Mm-hmm.
gonna have the kids in the hood believing that they can make it out the hood.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's really gonna represent and say I could relate to Shay, but I could relate to Ant-Man because he talks my talk. He walks
Mm-hmm.
my walk.
Mm-hmm.
He's not gonna change. He's gonna keep it a buck.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That
how
he
Shay.
does.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. His
So
post game
so
interviews. That he does.
yeah. So that's the difference between Shay and Ant-Man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And anybody says anything other than those two things, which is are facts,
Mm-hmm.
they're wrong. They're wrong for saying anything other than what I just said because it's not
Mm-hmm.
negative what I said. It's just a spin
Mm-hmm.
on how people perceive us. Oh, he's such a good guy. Oh, he knows how to talk.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's so well mannered.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's been the
So,
commentary. We've already
so
heard it.
yeah, yeah, and he's
Mm-hmm.
soft spoken.
Mm-hmm.
Ant-Man is really rugged. Like, he'll take your sneakers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Even when he plays in movies, he still has that gritty side. Like I forgot the name of that movie, but it was with Adam Sandler.
Yeah, I saw it. Yep.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that I believe that's him.
Mm-hmm.
He played him. Like when you
No,
play,
no, it was him. That's why he was so good in it. That's
yeah,
him.
exactly. That's him.
Mm-hmm.
That is him.
That is him. He didn't have to do no he didn't have to do no reach.
No,
That's him.
no, I will bust your ass.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
Yeah. So, you don't want, I mean, but that's a story within a story though, right?
Absolutely.
So it's entertainment.
Absolutely, man.
So,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Chef, I don't have a damn it, man, tonight.
uh,
Do you have one?
thinking about it, Ja. Oh, I don't. It's not a damn it, man, but it's like a what the hell?
Uh-huh.
Celtics trading Drew Holiday.
Yeah, that was wild. That was interesting. That was interesting.
Like, damn, man, what's going on?
Yeah.
There's a bar that everybody's trying to reach.
Yeah.
There's a bar, and oddly enough, the Knicks haven't made any moves. The only moves that the Knicks have made is whatever capital or rights they have.
Mm-hmm.
They're cashing in on it. Like players are saying, like, "No, listen, I think I can help the Knicks. I'm coming over."
Mm-hmm.
Like this is the first time where players actually want to come from overseas and play with the Knicks.
Yeah. For a long time. First time in a long time. Yeah.
First time in a long time. So that says
Mm-hmm.
something. So it's like, damn, what's going on?
Yeah.
Have we really finally reached where we are marketable? Minus James Dolan. Like James Dolan's not an issue for me. Like
Mm.
people make him an issue. I could care
Yeah.
less. I don't think people understand. Like, oh, we need KD. No, we don't. He's too old. You said it in your post.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need a player past his prime.
Mm-mm.
Knicks have done that before with
Yeah.
Antonio McDyess,
We
Charles
failed at it.
Smith,
We failed at it.
miserably,
Mm-hmm.
miserably.
Don't need to go back to that.
No,
Mm-hmm.
no. If that's the case, you might as well sign Olajuwon.
I mean, for real.
So I think the Knicks have learned their lesson. I think they've let Leon cook. Let's see what he does. He just interviewed the Minnesota's uh what you call it, co-coach, whatever you want to call him, assistant
Mm-hmm.
coach. I don't think that's a good move. I'm surprised they're taking this long. I thought what you call it was a lock, but apparently he's not, unless
Mm-hmm.
they're pulling the wool over our eyes. And I think what they want is
Uh,
transparency. They just want transparency. Whoever's going to coach the Knicks, when we tell you this is the team that you're getting, you got to be able to coach it. How many
yeah.
times have we heard that in the NFL?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? This is your quarterback. We spent money. You're going to make it work.
Yep. Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
so it's going to be interesting. So it's just like for me, like, oh man, damn. So it's a lot of movements to make. Let's see what happens in the draft tomorrow, and then I
Mm-hmm.
guarantee you after that, probably a week or two later, there'll be an announcement of who's
There'll
going
be
to
some announcements. Absolutely.
go. Yeah, Johnny Bryant, I thought was a lock, but
I thought so
apparently
too, but yeah, that's looking kind of funny too.
it's looking a little sus right now.
Yeah, looking very so.
So, so it's kind of interesting. You would think, but I still got hope that Johnny Bryant will be the lead coach. They haven't
Mm-hmm.
interviewed him because they know who he is, but
Right.
you would think they would grant him an interview.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we'll
All
see.
right. And yes, stay tuned, folks, and stay tuned. And Chef,
Yes, sir.
another season under wraps, my brother. Always good.
Ooh-wee.
Always good chopping up with you, talking about sports.
Yes, sir.
We will be back. We need, everybody needs to take a break from work, so we taking our little break.
Yeah,
And we'll be back for season 7 come
it's gonna
late
be
summer when
bananas.
we go back to the NFL training camp and football season of 2025. We will be here, give breakdowns, have special guests and stuff
Yes,
like that.
yes.
But in the
I
meantime,
I will say this, Joe.
go ahead.
I guarantee I'll put money on it. We open up
Hmm.
the show with a Jameis Winston skit
Oh,
press conference.
oh man.
He's already at it.
Oh man. Listen, we should add a Jameis Winston post conference every episode.
I feel good,
Because I'm
man.
so looking forward to it, man.
Oh, I'm
So
so
looking
looking
forward
forward
to
to
it.
it. But the Giants look strong. Jets look strong. Let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah. New York team's looking strong. We'll see how they produce on the field. We'll
Facts.
be talking about all of that this coming late summer into the fall. We'll be breaking it down like we usually do with our special guest panelists, My bro Ty and Dell, you know, they'll come through from time to time and offer their take because, you know, and football is their thing.
Yeah.
You've heard them before. They'll be back, spit some knowledge again from time to time. So it is what it is. But until then, remember, whatever you do, make sure you love what you do so you can embrace the grind. On behalf of the chef, this is the drum major. We are gone.
Facts.
See you in August.